Are your plants looking like this? With the summer heat blazing hot, your plants may look like they are sad. So in today's video, I want to share with you 4 ways smart gardeners protect their plants from the heat. Before we get started, if you haven't already, I'd love for you to subscribe and turn on the notification bell so you never miss a new gardening video. If you would like to support the channel and help us create more content like this, you're also welcome to join our membership. And if you're ever curious about the tools, supplies, or products I use, you'll find my Amazon storefront linked in the description. It's simply a collection of items I personally use in my garden. Tip number 1 is for transplanting your plants when it's hot outside. The ideal time to transplant your plants outdoors is on a cloudy day or a rainy day. On cloudy days, the temperature is much cooler, and if it does rain, the raindrops will help compact the soil around your newly transplanted plants. If the weather is going to be sunny for a while and you have to transplant, the best time to transplant would be in the evening. Make sure to water a lot in the evening so the soil gets compacted around the roots. A good way to reduce the shock when you go and transplant your plants is to use kelp powder. Kelp powder helps to reduce transplant shock so your plants wouldn't wilt easily. I transplanted my celery over here yesterday evening just before the rain came. And my celery here has not even wilted at all, except they're perfectly adapted and are thriving. Tip number 2 is to make sure you apply mulch over the soil. If you don't apply mulch over the soil, a lot of the watering you do will get evaporated, and you will have to keep watering your plants every day. You can also plant your plants closer together so that the plant itself acts like a living mulch. This benefits the plants in 2 ways. First, the water wouldn't evaporate from the soil, and second, weeds cannot grow up because there's not enough light for them to grow. If you do decide to plant your plants closer together, you want to make sure that you don't water the leaves, only on the soil, because when the leaves are close together, they hold the water and slugs and other pests will come and eat your leaves. When applying mulch, I like to use a very light color mulch. The mulch I like to use has to be very light color and not dark, because a darker color mulch will absorb the heat and pull water out of the soil. My favorite preferred mulch is to use straw and not wood chips around your plants, because wood chips, when they are piled together, they wouldn't let the water go down easily into the soil if I water the plants or if it rains. But straw mulch have like little gaps so the water can go through instead of the mulch itself soaking it up. I usually put around 1 to 2 inches of straw around my greens, and for root grown crops like potatoes, I put around 3 to 4 inches of mulch. Tip number 3 will allow you to grow cool loving plants throughout the summer, and that is to use shade cloth or some dark sheets. Shade cloths come in different colors and strength. Ideally, you want to get a shade cloth around 30 to 50% for your vegetables. Shade cloths are used in all zones where temperatures exceed above 28 degrees in the summer. It is essential if you live more in the south, because without it, you won't be able to grow any leafy greens like lettuce, Asian greens, and radish in the summer because they will bolt. The higher you are up north, you can use a lesser strength shade cloth because the sun is not that hot for a long period of time. But if you're in the south, you want to use a higher strength shade cloth. For us, we sometimes use sheets because they work very well, but we also use insect netting, which also casts a very slight amount of shade, and it's white so it will reflect the light and heat away from the plants. Tip number 4 is to water in the morning. Morning waterings are usually better than evenings because it will allow the plants to have water in the soil for it to use throughout the whole day when it's hot. Whenever we water, we want to do a very deep watering so that you don't have to water every single day. A good way to know if you're watering deep enough is to stick your finger in the soil, and if it's not wet, that means you need a little bit more watering. When you water deep and very early in the morning, your plants will survive the heat. Now, if you can't water it in the morning, the second best time is to water it in the early evening. Whenever you're watering in the evening, you want to make sure you do not wet the leaves so that no fungal diseases can grow overnight and no slugs will be attracted to your plants. Another great tip is to not even water your plants at all on not very hot days, because it would force your plants to grow roots deeper into the soil to search for water, which will create a stronger root system. And the bigger the root system is, the easier and more your plants will find water more easier when it's hot. I'm going to water some of these plants right now because they're looking a little dry. It also just recently rained today, so I wouldn't need to water it a lot. If you see your plants ever dry in a day, you should also water it so that it won't die. If you're too lazy to water your plants deeply, you could use milk jugs as a type of drip irrigation. I'll leave a link to how we made it over here.